Okay, so welcome to a quick tutorial for my new elephant pattern. I haven't quite picked out a name, but I wanted to film this tutorial as I'm making and designing. We just finished round 16. Round 16, I actually finished 2 stitches here, and I had to adjust by 2 because it's really important that your trunk lines up with your beginning stitch. So you want to adjust. So this is now going to be my first stitch for the elephant. And then you're going to have, you also want to line up the center of your, underneath your trunk, and I put a stitch marker here. And then you're going to have 3 stitches on each side. So I went ahead and put some stitch markers. So you have 7 stitches where you're going to connect the head to the body. So now I have 6 stitches here and then 7 here, and I usually mark them to make sure that it's going to line up correctly, because you don't want your head sitting on like this on the body. So you want it to sit straight. So if you need to adjust a little bit, that's fine, but this is where you want to start, and then you just want to change your starting stitch. Okay, so now that we are started, we are I'm gonna share with you how to connect the body to the head. So I'm gonna do 6. That was the first one. So that was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. So now the next few stitches I'm gonna connect the head to the body. So this is the back. And also, just so you know, you mark the body, you split out the 7 front stitches from the 7 back stitches. So what I did was I just put 4 stitch markers to indicate this is the front, this is the back. All right, so you're going to take your trunk front facing together, and you're going to start connecting here, and you're going to work your way around to here and here. So I'm going to go ahead and take this stitch marker out and this stitch marker out. This is going to be my first stitch, and you're going to first go through the body in that very first stitch, and then you're going to go through the head, which is right here. And that's going to be your first stitch. You want to keep it tight. So that's 1. And then we have 2. And then we have 3. And then we're to the middle of the head. So I'm going to take this other stitch marker out. And this is 4. And this is 5. And this is 6. And then we're to the last 2 stitch markers. So I'm going to take both of them out. And this is 7. Okay. So this is what it's going to look like attached. All right, so we're going to continue on the head now. And let's see. So now we're going to do 8 single crochets. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Okay, so next what we want to do is we're going to do 4 back loop single crochets, and this is going to be where your ears are placed. We're going to we're going to surface crochet those later, but for now we are going to mark our front loops with stitch markers. And I typically only mark the first and the last, that way, you know, I know where they're at. I can usually find the 2 in the middle, but if you need to mark all 4, then go right ahead. So that was 2, this is 3, and this is 4. So I'm going to mark my 4th one so you can kind of see, but I'm going to mark the last one. And then in between the ears we have 11 single crochets, and you're going to go back through both stitches. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Okay, so now we're gonna do our back loops again. We got 4 back loop stitches, and we're gonna mark the front loops for our ears. So we got 1. I'm gonna go ahead and mark it. And then we have 2, 3, and 4. I'm gonna mark this back loop as well. Okay, so that was the round where we attach the head to the body, and then we also mark our loops for our ears later. Okay, so the next round, round 18, is when we are going to attach the back of the head. All right, so we have 6 stitches. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Okay, so now that we went around the head, now we're going to go around the body for 7 stitches. So you're going to start where you have your first stitch marker here. It's going to be our first, so 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm going to leave my tail out in case I need to close up some gaps. 5, 6, and 7. I'm going to take my stitch marker out. Okay, now I'm going to go back to the body. You want to be sure that you don't grab the stitch that from the front, so you want to make sure to grab the next stitch, and that is here. So we're going to do 27 stitches. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 2, 23, 24, 25, 26, and 27. Okay, so now this is what it's gonna, excuse me. Sorry. So now this is what it's gonna look like. You have your front attached and your back attached. At this point, you want to go back and really stuff your body because you're done with the area here. But this area you want to really stuff so that your head sticks up. And is the more you crochet around, the more this is going to build up, and you can stuff more down in there. So just make sure you stuff well. And you know, that's where we're at. That's how you attach the head. I think this is a really fun way to do a no-sew pattern. I know not everybody likes to sew on the heads, so I think it's exciting. You can, I mean, obviously skip this step if you don't want to make it like this. Instead of doing those 7 stitches on the body, you could just keep going around the head and then sew it on if you prefer that. But this is just a fun way to make it no-sew. And I hope you enjoyed it. So thanks so much for all your support. If you would, please like this video if you found it helpful, and don't forget to subscribe. All right, love you guys. Bye.